everybody, Miss Mini Lover here. Today I'm going to show you another miniature tutorial. This one is going to be on an Easter basket, similar to this one. Cute, huh? Hopefully I do a better job on this one. Basically what you want to do is you want to start to make the strips that you're going to actually weave into the basket first, so I just have a handful of them. I just used a recycled like birthday card. You can use any kind of cardstock or anything that'll hold up. You might even be able to get away with using paper. I'm not sure how stable that will be. And the way I made the strips, just to make it even, I lined up something straight. I didn't really measure, I just kind of eyed it, but just try to make them as even as possible because it will show up in your basket. And then I use an X-Acto knife, so let me just make sure you guys can see this. Okay, so just cut strips out and go very slow because when your X-Acto knife can end up going crazy. Okay, so then you end up with a strip, just cut it off and make a pile of them. You don't need a whole lot of these, but I make a lot anyways. Okay, so after you do that, you're going to want to start making the base of your basket. I don't care if there's like words on it and stuff, I'm just gonna show you guys. I found something circular, and mine is a glue stick, and I measured around the base of it just to give me an even shape. So you don't have to be too crazy about it, just make sure you get a good shape. Let me make sure this is clear for you guys. I haven't gotten my camera sorted out yet, so I'm sorry if it's difficult for you to hear me. I'm trying to talk very loud. Alright, and then what I did was I just guessed the center, and then I took another straight edge, well, I call it a straight edge, just anything straight, and I just make a bunch of lines all the way around, like so. I do one half and then I do another half. It's okay if it's not perfect, it'll be just fine. And then another one, and then I split it another 2 times. So it's one, and then another one. Okay, so you have something that looks like that. After you do that, what I did was I took one of my strips, the one that we just made, I took one of the strips and then I placed it in the middle of each line, and then just quickly make a line. Well, I say quickly, but don't go quickly because you're gonna mess it up. Just make a rough sketch of how thick it is. Now these won't all be exactly the same, just to let you know, it's hard to get it exact. And then do the other side, just do a quick line. And you're gonna wanna, and it makes like a little box for you. Let me just make it a little darker for you guys. It makes like a box like this. Obviously this one's a little sloppy, but you'll do it all the way around. And then you'll take your X-Acto knife, and then just on the very inside of the lines that you made, you'll cut, and go very slow with this because your X-Acto knife will go zigzaggy if you don't hold it stable, and make sure you press down hard enough. And then go all the way. Make them all very long, that way when you go to weave your basket, you could make it basically as tall as you want, because that is the longest or the shortest line that you make on here will be as tall as you can make your basket. So if you want a really big basket, make sure you make really long lines. But I always have a little extra just because sometimes I'm like, this basket doesn't really look that good with that much kind of thing. Okay, so then you should be able to poke this up, okay? Once you've gone around and done it to the whole basket, let me just, there we go. You will have something that looks like this. Okay, so I have all my pieces cut out, and all you need to really do, I like to take the X-Acto knife and actually go around, because I don't like to use scissors, and just slowly cut that big extra piece off that you don't want, because it just makes it better, a better cut than a pair of scissors. Because I've tried scissors on these on the other basket that I did, and it didn't look very good. So just be careful not to cut your little things off, because you're going to need this. So I will be right back when I'm done cutting all these pieces out, and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, and I have finished cutting it out. As you can see, you have this funny looking weird thing. You'll see this is the shortest one, so this is as tall as I could make my basket. Just that tall, which is absolutely fine. I don't even think I'm going to make it that tall. What I do, just for some extra support, I cut out another little circle to glue in the middle, so I'll do that now. And I'm just using a glue stick. Just put a little glue on there. And then I just flop it in there. Okay. And then what I like to do is bend these upwards, just so they are easier to weave the other pieces in. So you'll end up with something crazy like this. There are two different ways you could actually weave these in there. One method is to actually round your piece out and then weave them through. So you'll go, let me make sure I can show you guys this. Under, over, under, over. Then you just keep doing that under, over, whoops, over, under, and then attaching it on the outside. Whoops, guess what I did? I glued it wrong, because I want the white to show on the outside. So we're going to do it this way. Whoopsies, good thing I caught that. But yes, we're going to go like this. Careful not to rip your ends off. And then weave it over, under, over, under, over, under, over, under. Okay. And then gluing it at the end. Now you might have to trim your pieces because they might be a little long, but see how this could be kind of difficult to hold it and get it in there? I'm going to show you the other way to do it. That's a lot easier. Whatever you use to measure your middle circle with, you're going to, this is because I used the cap, I'm going to measure it around this, and then I'm going to glue the end and cut off any excess after it's dry. And I'm just going to hold it there, and I'm going to just make a bunch of rings, and I'll show you when I get some more made. Be right back. Okay, so as you can see, I've got a bunch of rings made. I think this is basically all I'm going to use. I'm not even sure if I'm going to use the fourth one. Now all you need to do is every other piece here needs to go inwards, and then the others need to stay back. So actually go that way, and then that way. So you have something that looks like that. Then you're going to want to take your ring, every other one that's sticking up, just put your ring over, like so, and press down. And then with the next one, you're going to want to pull the ones up that you had down, and the ones that were down up. So I'm going to go like this, down, up, down, up, and just just go all the way around, and this will give you that weaved look. Sometimes it can be a little hard to move these up and down. They kind of like to have a mind of their own. Down, up. Okay, and once you have the opposite achieved, grab another ring and put it through the middle bunch. Okay, and you'll start to get a weaved look. And then do exactly the same thing, do the opposite again. Pull the ones down that were up before, and the ones that were down, up. Okay, so we've got that done again. We'll do another ring. Okay, and as you see, starting to get a basket look. I think I'm going to add the last ring. I think that'll be just enough. So do the opposite again. You might have to hold it just a little bit, just to get it to decide to work. Okay, and I've done that again. We're going to take another ring and put it over the middle bunch. Okay. So then you have your little basket. What you're going to want to do is, you might need to like straighten out some of these pieces. So go around and make sure everything's straight and is working properly. And what I like to start to do is, the ones that are on the outside that can be folded in, I'll actually just snip just a little bit of it, like right about to there. Okay, and then I like to put once it's straight, I like to put a little glue on the end and then fold it over just to keep the basket held together. So I'm going to do that right now. Okay, I put a nice big blob on mine and make sure it's straight, and then fold it over without bending the piece. And then you're going to want to have a nice close together, a nice, let me see if I can clear this up. You're going to want these pieces to stay nice and close together so there's not a lot of gap. And then just keep holding it down until it's dry, and go around and do that to every single one that's on the outside that can be folded in. So I'll do that and I'll be right back. Okay, so as you can see, the ones that were able to be folded on the inside are now glued. The only ones that are left on the outside are the ones that come out on the outside. What I like to do is just pull one in and then just glue the center. I'm actually going to take a little piece of something, get a little clump of glue off like that, and then I'm going to put it right in the inside, and then I'm just going to snip so that it won't show on the outside, which it looks like that's still not enough, but I'm going to glue it in and then I'm going to snip it. See, and it only pops out a little, and you can just keep trimming it until it's short enough. So I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of those, and then I'll show you what I have. Okay, as you can see, the bottom portion of the basket is done. It's got a really pretty weave in it. The next thing I'm going to do is add a handle. I just cut out another piece of cardstock, and I'm just going to dip the ends in glue. And then just push them through the weave of the basket. I just put it through one weave, and then you can glue it on the inside. I guess that's a better technique. press it down. You can see how I did that. Went through one weave and out to the inside. And then just do the same to the next one. And make sure it's even too. I guess this looks good. Okay. Then I'm just gonna push this through a little bit so I can get underneath it. This is only the second dollhouse basket I've ever made. This one actually turned out better than my first one because it wasn't quite, I didn't measure anything. Alright, and then just press it in. And then just, you need to reshape the handle or whatnot. So you've got like a little basket. I'm going to make mine a little bit taller, pull it through just a little bit more. There we go. Doesn't seem to want to stick. It's being a butthead. Thinking about just putting some white glue on it. So there you've got like a little basket. You can make the handle as long or short as you want. Just kind of shape it up a little. Let me it up a little for you guys. So you've got like a cute little Easter basket. What I like to do is paint them. You can actually use like colored cardstock if you wanted to, so you don't have to paint it. I'm actually going to use some white glue on this handle because it's driving me nuts. If I can get it open. Just to keep that in there a little bit better. But yes, there's a little basket. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint mine. What I do is I take a little water and a little brown paint just so it looks a little more, I don't know, I just think it makes it look better. It makes it look like it's not painted on, I think. More woody, I guess. But yeah, just go through and paint it. Whatever color, or start with a certain color, it doesn't matter. Do the handle, etc. And you'll end up with a cute little basket. Similar to this one. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Stay tuned. I am going to make an Easter grass tutorial as well. That way you can fill your baskets up. And I will talk to you guys later. See ya!